stuff, and you know what I mean. Thank you.
Hello. Okay. So hello everybody. Thank you very much for having me here. I think with such an interesting topic, which is the building a value chain of grassroots sports, from the content creation to the data monetization. So firstly, I would like to thank Sportbiz and DAM for having us here in the old factory that they have, which is a beautiful place. I'm Matteo Samaranch. I'm the co-founder and business development manager at ATM Media, which I will go briefly over it in a few seconds. And today we're talking about this new ecosystem, this new industry that is building around these grassroots sports, these amateur clubs, these semi-professional clubs, and all thanks to the technology. So to start with, I would like to introduce a bit what is ATM Media, so what is the company that we built 5 years ago, and which is focused on the democratization and the digitalization of sports content with different technology, with AI, with different software platforms, and basically enabling all clubs, no matter the size, no matter the money they have, to access these new solutions and this new technology in order to, one, automatically produce all their content. So you have, we will see it later, you have automated cameras that automatically broadcast the content. You have live and VOD content with a very high quality. You have all the enhanced platforms for video analysis, which are also supported by AI. So it is a closed circle of content production, enhancing the performance of the players, and all the data and all this content for new business opportunities, such as monetization or improving the performance of the clubs. So starting with what we support, what sports are we supporting? So basically we support the main sports which have a ball and a team or a player. This is because right now the technology is advancing very fast, but right now not all sports are covered by AI algorithms which automatically produce the sports, and these are the ones that we are mainly covering. We're mostly focused on football, basketball, and hockey right now, but we've done all kinds of games and tournaments, which with outstanding viewership numbers for even the more small sports, like here in Spain can be petanca. I don't know if you know, but petanca broke our record here in the platform for the viewings. And the sports that are not supported will be supported in the short term by different technologies, because this is a revolution which is coming for every sport. Then going into how everything has been possible, and this is thanks to the evolution in technology. So the hardware, there's a new technology that has arrived, which is compromised by hardware cameras, by AI software, by OTT platforms to join all this content, and by an advanced platform of video analytics, which also has the support of artificial intelligence algorithms, so that it can give you insights automatically. So this is just the beginning. And what do these cameras have behind? These cameras, as I mentioned, have behind all these software technologies. One is tracking the game. So basically you have you have in a stadium, imagine you have a football pitch. You only put one camera in the center of the stadium 4 meters from the sideline, and that camera broadcasts the whole game. You can have a panoramic view, so you can watch the whole game, seeing everyone. Imagine your son is the goalkeeper, you want to see what he's doing, you can go live and see what the goalkeeper is doing. So you have all these opportunities, these 3 feeds. The camera films 180 degrees of the whole pitch, and then you have the AI algorithms which do the broadcast feed, and then you also have a tactical feed for the coaches, which means always recording in the frame, the 20, in the case of football, it would be the 20 players, the field players, so for the coach to analyze and to organize the strategy. Moreover, there are a lot of new software applications that are coming out, so this is just the start of this revolution. There is these automatic cameras, as I mentioned, that broadcast automatically. We, from the office, just have a CMS, a content management system. We program the cameras, we schedule the games, We prepare the graphics, we prepare the scoreboard, and automatically when the game starts, the camera starts, and there is no person in the field. So it's a huge cost reduction. And as I was mentioning, it is every time evolving more and more. Now we are into automatic highlights, which I think may be connected to what we were seeing earlier in the TikTok conference, which basically at the end of each game, a highlight can be created about one goal, one person, about the whole game, and it is an automatic highlight created by AI, which can be then directly inserted into social networks, and this can create community and engagement and grow these clubs. So as I mentioned, this is just the beginning. Here are some other examples, automatic highlights, breakdowns for the clubs. You have all the events tagged in a game. This can also be done automatically. There are some heat maps also. You have the low latency feed. You have a lot of new different software solutions that are coming out, that what they are doing, they are reducing the cost of production, not only producing the games, but producing all the other content for social networks, for the coaches to analyze with the players. So this is a revolution that is creating a lot of new opportunities in terms of the streaming of the content, the data that is around this content, the enhancing the performance of the players. So every year we get some new things. For example, this new year, the new application that has come into place for the streaming of the content is when a player gets injured, the AI detects the injury, and if there is a break of 2 minutes while they check the injured player, automatically the AI inserts an advertisement in the feed, in the live feed. So everything is evolving so fast that in the end we will end up seeing television grade quality productions done completely automatically with even multi-camera and with all the functionalities that we see in a normal football game. And where does all this content go to? So now that I've spoken a bit of how this technology works, which is basically focused on automatizing and reducing the cost of these sports productions, now we need to close the circle and to place the content somewhere when people can access it, where people can see it. And here we come into the OTT platforms, which many of you know. They have become very famous in the last 4 years. But basically it's the DAZN, the Movistar Plus, and there are many other OTT platforms. We also have one which is called D+, but most federations have their own. And this is the centerpiece where all the content comes to, where families, fans, friends, everybody can have access to this content. And here you create this community, you have this engagement where you get control of the message with the players, with the families, with the clubs. And the most important thing about this, I think that the OTT closes the circle because it gives you this new industry, this new ecosystem where you can monetize all this content. So this is not only creating the content for the fan of the club, for the families. We're trying to build sustainable projects that we are joining the clubs, we're putting these cameras in the clubs, we are monetizing the content, and we are giving back to the club half of what we are monetizing from this. So this is a win-win situation, and we're trying to make the clubs grow. So what I always tell the clubs, it's not a cost, it's an investment, and it's something that will happen in the short run to every club and every football pitch, every indoor stadium will have one of these cameras, because this is a movement that has started and that it's unstoppable. Another part of the ecosystem would be the video analysis. I said all the content goes to the OTT platform. This is where a lot of new opportunities arise, but also the content can go directly to an analysis platform. This is an example, like Easy Coach. There are many more other platforms which we are integrated with, Media Coach, NAC Sports, and many other platforms. And what happens here is content goes to the streaming platform, and the content goes to the analysis platform. The analysis platform, depending on what platforms, there are a lot of platforms that can automatically give you the taggings, the breakdowns, the analysis of the players, the analysis of the game. And here is where clubs are using this internally to enhance the performance, to professionalize a bit all the categories in the club, all the grassroots clubs, grassroots teams they have in the club. So basically this is enabling not only the first team of a club, but enabling all the kids that are playing in the club to have very specific information about their data, about their statistics, about what they are doing. So I think that this closes the ecosystem. You have one, streaming, which is new business opportunities for clubs, and two, you have the analysis platforms, which gives also another opportunity for the club to grow in terms of performance. So I think that if right now what's happening, some clubs are interested in analysis and others are interested in streaming or creating content, so this will end up being in every club, and the idea is that if you are already streaming the content or if you're already filming it for analysis, you should do one or the other. If you're doing one or the other, you should do both, sorry. Going a bit now into what we offer as ATM Media, into the solutions that we give, I think, as I mentioned, the most important vertical we have here is the automated production. So we have an OTT platform, which is called D+. We have more than 200 clubs right now in the platform. And what we do is we install a camera in the club. We stream all the content through our platform. The clubs can put their local advertisement. They have spaces to put their partners, their logos. So it's also enabling them to maybe also increase a bit of their earnings in terms of advertisement and marketing. And basically, this opens a new door, a new ecosystem to all clubs, not only Barcelona, Espanyol, and the big clubs, but this is enabling the very, very small clubs with a very small budget to create all this content, to monetize all this content, and in the end to create a sustainable project, because as many of you know, the clubs in Spain that have money are the clubs that are in first division, and in second division you have some clubs with some economic power. When you start going down the ladder, in terms of football and in terms of all the other sports, you see that there is a big problem in terms of the economics of the small clubs, and this basically is helping them get professional tools which weren't accessible for them earlier, and create a new business model within their club to make the club grow and to maybe even get some benefits out of it. The second vertical that I think is also a new vertical thanks to all this technology would be the AI sports production, sports tournament production, which basically, I don't know if you know MIG tournament, which is here in Costa Brava, the Mad Cup. These are grassroots tournaments, huge tournaments with around 300, more than 300 to 400 teams playing in them. And there are, in 4 to 5 days, there are more than 1,500 games. So this, 5 years ago, was impossible to record. They had a lot of support of different local TVs, and they were recording the finals and some games. And thanks to this technology, basically what you can achieve is producing the whole tournament, which we've started doing it slowly with MIG, and this year has been the final year that we've produced the whole tournament, and it has been a success. Something never happened before, 1,300 games live in 4 days, and the technology has also the capacity to do a hybrid production. For example, we did the finals of the tournaments. We had 2 more cameras, which were not automatic, with the cameramen, and they were for the interviews, for recording close frames. So basically, you can also upgrade a bit the quality of the streams if necessary for finals, which is the case that we did, for example, in MIG tournament. And finally, we came also into this remote conventional production area. In the end, what we experienced in the last 5 years is that this is a new market that is growing every year faster, but there is still a need of the conventional and traditional production for big important games where you are needing a television grade quality of product, where you are also maybe streaming on the TV. So with the advancement in technology, we are also now doing hybrid productions, which basically are automatic camera with 2 more guys with a camera, and we are filming different leagues and games of high level, which is basically a reduction in cost from the traditional production of 40 to 50%. So this is something that is coming out And in the future, I think most of you or all of you will see it, or will get to hear about it, or will get to feel it in person. And this is basically a revolution that can't be stopped, creating this new ecosystem. So thank you very much. Yeah, now there is a small video of the examples of the AI cameras for people that have never seen how they work. This is DAM, I think. This is the DAM installation. Yeah, exactly. But basically, as I mentioned earlier, the camera is a fixed camera. You just need electricity and internet where you connect the camera, and everything is done in the office. You can have a remote commentator in the office. You can do the live tagging of the game. The zoom in and zoom out is done by the artificial intelligence, but you can watch panoramic view of the game, and you can be the cameraman live in our platform. You can cut a clip live. Okay, my son scored a goal. I want to cut the clip live and send it to TikTok, to Instagram, wherever. And you can do it that as a user, not as the club. And then you have all the extra software add-ons, automatic highlights, breakdowns, blah, blah, which are basically focused more for the coach, not for the end user. If you have any questions, I think I have 1 minute. No? Okay, thank you.
Thank you so much.